go next. So next it is. I never read from anything. Everybody here knows that. But I am so afraid of forgetting to thank someone. I did write everybody on a card, and I'm still terrified. Because this is not what I normally do. I have to say, I was reminded this morning, I was driving to work and I was talking with Joan Kiefer, and if anybody knows, Joan has been with Valley Health Services since we were a hospital, so the history there is long. And she reminded me that we have been an impossibility since the day we were born. 30 years ago, the nursing home was an impossibility. Expanding that nursing home was an impossibility. Adding adult daycare, an impossibility. Becoming a 5-star rated facility, impossibility. We don't seem to notice when somebody tells us what we can't do in Valley Health. We always rally in it. So it has been a long time coming. And yes, many people thought that building this beautiful building that we intend to build today, and if you haven't had a minute to see the beautiful design, please take a look, was an impossibility. But we do the impossible at Valley Health. We do it because we know what's possible for the people that need us most. And it's that drives us, nothing else. All we know is that people need good care. They need good options. And they need people around them that are well trained and have the heart and the commitment to give them what they need at that stage of their lives. And that makes us a little superhuman. And for that, I'm very grateful. So with that, I'm going to start to do the long list of thank yous on behalf of Valley Health Services. We're going to start by thanking Ann Liga and Marianne Lesniak and the Lesniak family. This beautiful land was family land, and they saw fit to see the merits of this project and decide that their family land would best be used by supporting this entire community and making sure that other families forevermore have this available to them. So if you'll please take a moment to recognize them. It's been one of the greatest pleasures of this project, getting to know them. We have a ton of community representation support. You've already heard from Senator Seward today. It was no small feat what he did for us to get us the extra $1 million in HEAL funds. Without those funds, we would not be having those shovels on the ground here today. Our timeline is very tight. Our state grant funds, they actually expire. And we were really up against a challenge to get at least the seed money available to allow us to move the construction forward. So I publicly thank you from the bottom of all of our hearts today for standing out there and pushing that issue and making sure all the money did not go to Brooklyn. Assemblyman Butler, he's just family at Valley Health Services. But he's always there, and he'll always take a call, and he'll always call you back, and he's just Mark. And for that, we're extremely grateful, and we're grateful that he's here with us today. Congressman Hanna could not be here with us today, but he was also dogged in his support of this project, particularly when we sought the REDC funds and his commitment to proving what a tremendous economic boost this project would be to our community. So we will continue to extend our thank you to him. The town of Herkimer, God bless you. You have never seen a group of people move faster to make something happen, particularly the town planning board. This project had to move at the fastest speed you've ever seen anything happen. To get site plan approval, they literally scheduled the meeting dates to the date of when I needed something to happen next. They didn't just look at their calendar and say, we meet the third Wednesday of every month, so too bad for Valley Health Services and the community members of Herkimer. They realize in their hearts what's important, why they exist, and that is to make sure that Herkimer County thrives and that the people here in Herkimer County have everything they need to live healthy and productive lives. And we do not know how to express our gratitude to you for what you managed to make happen. It's because of your tenacity and commitment to this community that we have the approvals to be standing here today. So please, a very hearty thank you. It's rare that you thank the Department of Health. But I have to thank them twice. But I really mean it. We had to get a CON approved in record time. We also had to have them see fit to give us multiple extensions on our first HEAL award and then take a leap of faith and give us more money on a project that wasn't even started yet. I have no complaints with the Department of Health, and I wish someone could have been here today to hear me say that. They have been wonderful to work with, both the HEAL and the CON office. So the next time I have a gripe, I'm going to swallow it. Our funders, you've heard us talk a bit today about the DOH and the HEAL, but $5.2 million is being invested by the Department of Health in Herkimer County. The Department of Health gets it. They understand that this is one of the fastest aging populations in New York State. And they looked and they see that there is literally a lack of infrastructure to care for people, and that there's a lack of workforce to step up to provide that care. They heard us, they listened to our story, and they put the money behind it. And that is not a small amount of money. $5.2 million is an extraordinary commitment by the Department of Health here in Herkimer County, and we're very grateful to them for that. Mohawk Valley Regional Economic Development Council. Renee is here as one of those representatives. She's also here as a representative of Bassett. She's represented here as one of our dear friends. But at this moment, we will thank you and all the other representatives here today that are from REDC. They saw fit to see the economic development sometimes comes in a nonprofit basket, and that it comes from providing services to other people. And they stepped up and gave us $1.7 million for this project. Again, huge commitment to Herkimer County and to the people that live here. And we're very grateful to Mohawk Valley Regional Economic Development Council. Bassett Regional Corporation. The family, it's a thankless job to be the head of our family. But we are standing on the very land that Bassett Regional Corp made possible for us to purchase today. If it was not for their support, we would not have been able to purchase all this land and to secure the future of Valley Health Services and senior care. So, Dr. Streck, thank you very much. Community Foundation. The Community Foundation is a tremendous partner to Valley Health Services, from our cardiac rehab program to our adult daycare program to this very project. They like to come in last. I told them they had to come in first. They'd like to bring a check after we've started construction. I told them I needed it a month ago. And they said yes. They believe in what needs to happen here in Herkimer County. They believe in what Valley Health can do with their funds. I trust that they believe that we've never wasted a single dollar. And we are extremely grateful, and it is because of the Community Foundation that so many wonderful things happen in Herkimer County. So Janet's here today. Please recognize the Community Foundation. Small grantor who has given us multiple awards, and this project is another one. They are not here today, but it's the J.M. McDonald Foundation. We're grateful to them as well for their support. M&T Bank, boy, it takes a leap of faith to put their money behind a brand new corporation, a nursing home related project. Again, coming in early. No, we don't have this yet, we don't have that yet, but trust us, we'll get it. So how about it? Get us a bank commitment letter. M&T Bank has been wonderful to work with. It is with great gratitude that we stand here today. Again, no shovels would be on the ground today if it wasn't for M&T Bank. Lynn Bradley is here representing M&T Bank. Thank you very much. I mentioned Bassett Regional Corp, but Bassett Regional Corp sounds rather faceless, and there are a lot of faces that humanize what happens here. Valley Health Services knows how incredibly blessed we are to be part of the Bassett family. It is an extraordinary gift to those of us who work in healthcare. Not only are you supported financially, you would think that would be the big piece. It's actually the smallest. It's that intellect, and it's the support, and it's the constant collective efforts that make community care possible that is the strength of being part of the Bassett Network. And for that, we owe a debt of gratitude to Dr. Streck today for making sure that this vision of the entire network extends everywhere that they have a presence. And we owe an extremely deep and heartfelt thank you to Nick Nicoletta. He is the corporate CFO and treasurer for Bassett, and he is one of those faceless people that don't normally get recognized. This project has been an absolute priority for him since the day he was foolish enough to listen to me about it. And it's his doggedness that has made many impossible mountains climbable. And we are grateful that he's here today. And if you could please thank him. Mike Stein, Josh Truman, Renee Chavat, and the Friends of Bassett. They're the fundraising arm. We're a pain, Valley Health. We're the square peg in their otherwise round hole, and they always find a way to make that work and to find a way to work with us to get the funds that we need. So thank you very much. We have the project team. If you love what you're seeing here, this beautiful Adirondack Lodge, which will so in keeping with this beautiful property. We have a few people to thank for that. We have Bill Repachowski and the architects from Morris Switzer. That's their beautiful design. The engineers from Sage Engineering doing the mechanicals. We owe a very, very special thank you. He's a little bit insane. We figured that out. Since the very first initiative of this project, and those of you who've been with us know that this has been a long time in coming and we've had a lot of iterations. Peter Romano from Chasen has had the great misfortune of being attached to this project. But he's the go-to guy, and he just stayed as true to this project as we have, and it is truly because of him that we stand on this land today. So a very special thank you to you. Our construction manager, he's another insane guy. He's taken on this very tight financially structured project in an impossible timeline, and that is Dick Oliver from AOW, and we have a lot of confidence in his ability to build us this beautiful building. Thank you, Dick. Matt Hamlin, who cannot be here with us today, is our corporate attorney. He has definitely suffered, and for that we think of him. It's been a very challenged project. We have some new friends, the East Herkimer Fish and Game Club. Hey, Brian. We now have our own militia. I love that. They promised to shoot anything I want at any time. But they closed the road for us today. They're already working with us to make all the construction that we need to do here possible. So thank you very much. You've heard us talk. This is a living, learning community. By that we mean that this building will be one to live in and one to learn in. And for that we are so excited. What we need in this community is absolutely the structures and the places to care for people. This is one of the fastest aging counties in New York State, and we lack the infrastructure to do that. You heard Senator Seward talk about that. But just as important are the people well trained to care for them and that understand the unique needs in gerontology. So we, inside this building, will have a state-of-the-art living and learning lab. And we are grateful to Herkimer County Community College and all the other educational partners that embrace this initiative and will work within it to train people to take excellent care of our seniors for years to come. So thank you. The Valley Health Services Board of Directors, the most thankless job in Herkimer County, is serving on the Valley Health Services Board. It always has been, it always will be. It's a very hard-working board. They have had a vision. 6 years ago, after we had achieved what we already thought was impossible, they said, let's sit back down and see what we want to do in the next 10 years. And they outlined the following. They wanted to see us great new heights for our quality of care and be known for what we do for long-term care and be the place of distinction for rehab care. We are now the 5-star facility, and we're recognized in U.S. and News World reports this year as one of the best nursing homes in the country. So Laura checked that off the list. We did it. They also said we wanted to see us expand our home and community-based services, and they said another adult daycare to reach out to places that don't have one. We opened our adult daycare in Little Falls Hospital because of that description, and they said they wanted to see us extend the levels of care because they knew there were great needs that were going unmet, and they feared what was happening as they themselves even aged and saw less options available. That's this project. So I think we've exhausted this, and we need to go back to do another 2-day strategic plan to figure out what you want to do over the next 10 years. So thank you so much to the Board of Directors. And in thanking the Board of Directors, I have 2 board members that are no longer with us, that this was their vision. Bill Herman and Ethelyn Copping, and I would be very remiss if we didn't take a moment to remember them. Ethelyn was on the board from the time it was a hospital. She wanted this project so badly. When she moved to Florida in her late 90s, she would call me regularly and ask me for updates on this. This meant everything to Ethelyn. This is what she most wanted to see. It is my biggest regret that I wasn't able to finish this a year ago, to have her here with us. And Mr. Herman, God bless him, he came to us as a member of Bassett when we first became a part of the Bassett family. And even after he retired from Bassett, we had this way, and he couldn't seem to leave us. And he would travel from New Hampshire to serve on our board. And he had this vision that you see today. So if you could just take a moment and remember both of them, and what is a very exciting moment for us. It's a little melancholy because they're not here, but I know they are. Thank you. The Valley Health Services staff. I've been very blessed today. They have had a very nice thing said about me. But it's not me. I am not a me. I am a we. And the we makes me a heck of a lot better than I would ever be on my own. And they are the most hardworking, selfless group of people you have ever met in your lives. They come to work every day because they simply want to do something for someone else. And they do these impossible tasks. This looks beautiful today. If you saw it a week ago, you wouldn't have believed we could have a groundbreaking here today. This happens at Valley Health Services on top of all the regular work. Everything is just one more thing, okay, no problem, how do we do it? It is the most incredible team of people, and it is really because of them that we are standing here today. So if you could please take a moment to thank them. So with that, I turn it over to our board chair, and then we'll move on to all the fun pictures. Marguerite
I
Lynch.
will be fast because I think everything's been said. This is great.